Welcome to the southeastern studios of mymac.com, which is, in reality, my dining room in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hopefully, I'll be getting a new house soon and we'll have nicer digs for these video reviews. Till then, we're going to have to make do with what we have. Before we get to our iMovie books that we're going to be reviewing today, I'd like to go over a little bit of the viewer mail I've received. Great suggestions, and I really do appreciate the feedback. From Nemo, we have a request that I speak a little slower. I'm attempting to do that now, so if this isn't slow enough, Nemo, mail me again and I'll try to turn it down another notch. Chris Nall says I should try to keep the videos shorter so as not to lose people's attention. I'm going to try to make this one as painless as possible and keep it very short indeed. And finally, my dad writes that I should make videos that don't suck so much. Well, now Dad knows why I didn't get anything for Father's Day. That out of the way, today we're going to be talking about iMovie books. iMovie is a great product. I use it all the time. I'm using it right now. But to get the most out of it, you probably want to use a book. It's a lot easier to just have a book for reference than just fishing around the web for what you need to know. So, what's the first book up? First out of the box, How to Do Everything with iMovie 2 by Tony Reveau and Gene Steinberg. I apologize if I mangled your last name, Tony, but I'm doing the best I can. This book is published by Osborne. It'll set you back $24.99. The good things about this book are the tips on shooting and the iMovie editing. The bad thing about this book, it's iMovie 2 and we're on iMovie 3. If you're still using iMovie 2, I gave this book 5 out of 5 Mac mice the first time I review it, and if you're using iMovie 2, I stick by that review. If you're using iMovie 3, I think there's better choices, although this does have a lot of good shooting tips, although it has some strange ones too. Why would you want to hire an actor if you're shooting with iMovie 2? It's a good question. One of the mysteries of mankind, I suppose. Next up, we have iMovie 2 for Dummies. It's $24.99. It's written by Todd Stauffer. I think that's how he pronounces his last name. If you're out there, drop me a line. I'll correct it next time. This book does have a CD with it. It's full of nifty extras. It's also pretty well written. It covers a little bit of QuickTime, has some good shooting tips, the general good iMovie tips, but it is limited to iMovie 2, and iMovie 3 adds a lot of features. So we're going to give this one 2.5 out of 5. When iMovie 3 for Dummies comes out, I think it'll be really good. You probably won't want to miss it. Next we have the iMovie 3 for OS X Visual Quick Start Guide, penned by Mr. Jeff Carlson. This is a good book if you're looking for the basics. It doesn't get really heavy into anything. It's about up to maybe intermediate. At least that's what the back cover says. It's probably a little less book than I would personally like to have in my library. But if you're new to iMovie, this is a good place to start because it does make learning quite quick. It's a good value at only $19.99, and the Peach Pit Press is to be commended for charging a lower price for this book. The only problem is it's not quite as in-depth as the others, so we're going to give it 3.5 out of 5. Next up, we have the very interesting iLife Bible by Dennis Cohen and Bob Levitas. And I did get Bob's name right because I emailed him and asked him how to pronounce his last name. This goes for $24.99, and it's published by Wiley. This book is really great, especially if you're brand new to the Macintosh platform and you want to use the iLife apps because it covers all of them. That being said, its iMovie coverage is not as robust as another book we'll be looking at, but if you want one book that's really good, it's going to save some shelf space, this might be the one. It really focuses on the integration between all the various aspects of iLife, and I really don't have any complaints at all about this book, but I am biased towards Bob Levitas. I really do like the way he writes, and I like the pictures he uses in this book because it's a Boss interior and I have one myself. So I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 Mac mice, 5 out of 5 Mac mice if you're going to be using iMusic and the other iApps. You're not going to go wrong with this book. You'll like it if you buy it. The last book we're going to look at is iMovie 3 and iDVD, The Missing Manual, published by O'Reilly, but David Pogue being the important Mac guy is, gets his own little imprint. This is a really good book. It's the first book I've ever read that was written by David Pogue, and he's quite a writer. He has a light touch, keeps it interesting to read, keeps it funny. So you don't have to worry about the prose contained within. It's all very professionally, very well done. The tech tips in this are outstanding. How to recover if the plist file gets corrupted. There's some nice QuickTime stuff. Using QuickTime, you can really trick out your iMovie. And there's a lot of nice integration between iDVD and iMovie. This book falls into the same trap that Gene Steinberg's book did, of telling you how to hire actors and rent stairs and stuff. And it's just beyond me why anybody using a basically free app would go out and hire an actor and not go out and spend the money for Final Cut Express or Final Cut Pro. I don't know why they put that in there. Maybe, you know, pad the book a little, charge a little more. In any event, it's not a big deal in this book. They don't go over it a lot. So if you buy this book, you will be very happy with your purchase. It's $24.95. It's the best of the bunch. Just a hair better than the iLife Bible, just for having more iMovie stuff coverage in it than the iLife Bible. And I'm going to have to give this 5 out of 5, a solid 5 out of 5 Mac Mice. This is the one book that I'm going to keep in my library and use for reference. Very good book. Can't recommend it highly enough. Now we've come to the part of the video that everybody really likes. This is a part where people just can't wait to see what happens next. So let's get straight to it. Thanks for watching the mymac.com video review. I hope you enjoyed it. Send feedback to cks@mymac.com. Until next time, goodbye.